There is the old cliche about taking one game at a time and not looking any further forward in the next game, but how true and relevant is that for Dundee United at this moment in time?
I think that's got to remain the case. Win, lose or draw on Saturday, it's not going to be whatever the outcome is come the end of the season. We have to, just as you say, take every single game at a time. It's a very boring cliche, but it's the truth. We have to give St Johnstone the respect that they deserve. They're the home team. They've been on a bit of a difficult run themselves. They've not had many wins recently, so we have to try and keep the pressure on them. We're looking up the way now, whereas maybe a few weeks ago St Johnstone thought that they were safe and that they were out of the mix of relegation. They've now been very much dragged into it, and it's up to myself and it's up to Derek McInnes and Kilmarnock to really keep that pressure on them and see how they handle it.
Do you feel that it's all within Dundee United's hands? What happens? Basically, you're in a position where you're not relying on anybody else. Do you think that gives you any psychological advantage at all in this situation?
Well, listen, I think that was the point I was alluding to earlier when you looked at the league table prior to Hibs and you're 5 points adrift. If we were 5 points adrift now at this moment in time, then we would I would be saying that we'd have a real mountain to climb. But the fact that the players and the staff have been able to really rally and get that momentum behind us, and not only take us off the bottom of the table, but take us up into 10th at the moment, only a couple of points behind St Johnstone, I think is great credit to the group, and it is in our hands. It's as simple as that. But every manager of every other team out there in the bottom half of the table will be saying the same thing. Everybody has still got a lot to play for. Albeit Livingston are out of the mix, they'll still be wanting to finish 7th. There's prize money available for all of the teams, depending on what position you finish in. So, we will treat every game on its own merits, starting with Saturday. They're a difficult opposition. They've got players in the forward areas that can hurt you, but at the same time, we've got great confidence and belief in the group at the moment that we can go anywhere and pick up a result.
But travelling up to McDermott Park, it's this sort of, it's very deceptive perhaps in its dimensions, because it is a very big park. It actually has the same dimensions as Hampden Park, the actual grass coverage play area. So does that, part of the reason why Dundee United often play well up there, because they've got all this extra space to go into?
I don't know about that. I mean, it could be in better condition, if you like. I mean, I think it's a little bit bare in places and a little bit bobbly in places, but I don't think players tend to get too carried away with dimensions of pitches. It's not something that we talk about in team talks. We know how difficult the game is going to be. It's going to be very challenging. I hope we can set the tone early on the same way that we did against Livingston, getting after them, getting in their faces, making life difficult for them. I think that's something that every team that we've played against, since I've came in, every opposition has realised that they've been in the game and that they've not had it easy, and that needs to remain the case over the next 5 games. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. As I said, great travelling support, always a decent game over there. We've got a good history there, and there's no reason why we can't go there and get a positive draw.
Well, last one from me. What do you want to say to these fans that are going to be up there on Saturday?
Well, I think on behalf of the group, I'd just like to thank them. First and foremost, it's been a very difficult and challenging season for everybody. Would have been very easy for the fans to turn their back on the club and show their frustration that way, but they haven't. They have really got behind the group, and I think that's down to what they've seen on the pitch. I think the players have shown the support, how much it means to them and how much they care and how much pride they take in wearing the jersey. And we had an open day last weekend, and hundreds of them turned up on the Saturday morning to see the players. It was a good opportunity for myself and the staff and the players to mingle with the supporters and try and capture the imagination of some of the younger fans, and hopefully they'll be the lifeblood of the club going forward. But look, there is a lot of positivity around the club at the moment, and we've just got to make sure that we carry that forward.
2,700 fans going to be behind you up in Perth, having made that journey up the Tay. Might even be more fans in the home team. Yeah. Will that make a big difference?
Yeah, I think it always makes a difference, especially at McDermott Park where they're so loud usually. I can remember the last time when Tony Watt scored the winner. It was brilliant, and I think we'll probably have more fans than that time. So even I think it was 40 minutes, was it, that it sold out. That just shows how much they've stuck with us. during this season. Obviously, it would be hard for me to personally pay the money that they've paid to watch what we've produced. So that's a thanks to them, and hopefully we can repay that sort of by the end of the season.
It's a big sort of commitment they've had, because things have been pretty basically, you know, for most of the season, and they're still turning out in huge numbers.
Yeah, oh no, I mean, I think many other clubs you wouldn't see this sort of atmosphere from the fans, and the sort of they've stuck with us, which is credit to them really.
So best plan of action, obviously deliver the 3 points on Saturday.
Well, I think that'll make the 2,700 happy. I think hopefully that's the way it is.
St Johnstone's been a mixture of games this season so far against St Johnstone. Do you think it will be much the same, or is it going to be something different this weekend?
I think it's tight every time we play. I think we've won one, drawn one, and lost one against St Johnstone. So, I mean, there's your proof that anything can happen. Hopefully, I mean, we'll do the basics, and hopefully that gets us a result.
And the bonus is the last one up at St Johnstone, you won 1-0.
Yeah, well, yeah. Hopefully that again.